Jai Jagannath. I am welcoming you all in this platform of StudyIQ OPSC channel. So today I am here to discuss OPSC OCS 2024. If you are targeting the prelims exam, so as far as prelims is concerned, we will discuss the April month current affairs, and this is Odisha related current affairs. Let me tell you again, Odisha related current affairs. As you know, almost 8 to 10 questions they are asking on Odisha. So even if they are asking few static questions from Odisha, but those static questions are inspired from the current affairs. ତେଣୁ current affairs ର importance definitely ରହୁଛି, even if ସେମାନେ static question ବି ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି, but those static portions are inspired from current affairs. That means if any such topic which is in news, they are asking related to that topic, which is, it has a linkage in the static part. So let's start the discussion with respect to this April Odisha current affairs. Okay, so let's start. Before I start this session, let me tell you, StudyIQ is celebrating the Great Knowledge Festival to commemorate the birth anniversary of Lord Buddha, or the person who has spread the Buddhism, Siddhartha Gautam. So in that occasion, StudyIQ is giving, bumper discount, bumper offer to make this education accessible, affordable, and available for our students. So we have launched a Aarambh Foundation batch, which includes prelims and mains. So in this particular foundation batch, we will cover those prelims, mains, until the interview also you will get support. And let me show you what are those features of this batch. 1100 plus hours of live classes. Live classes would be there. And a schedule would be given to you. So daily apankara kichhi na kichhi classes rahibo. 2 to 3 hours would be the duration of a particular class. So our job is to finish your syllabus before you go for the exam. Similarly, we have one-to-one mentorship support. Mentor is something which will who will guide you. Mentor is someone who will show you the kind of, who will be there with you throughout your journey. If you want to make or prepare a timetable, if you want to, or if you are not getting how to prepare notes, or if you are not able to link the syllabus with the current affairs, so whatever may be the doubt, the mentor would be there to guide you, to support you. So it's a kind of hand holding. Third jinsa dekhive, module wise test, what we call. So every time you study something, is best way to judge yourself if you go for exam, or if you go for the solving of MCQs or questions. So what you need to do, you have to solve prelims questions as well as the mains questions. Complete prelims test series also we are giving. Daily mains question with answer writing. Daily mains question with the answer writing. Daily current affairs PPT. Weekly current affairs PDF. Monthly state-wise current affairs also we will provide. Apart from that, monthly current affairs magazine will be given, the monthly compilation of national, international, state level news. Monthly current affairs MCQs also we are providing. Apart from that, daily class PPT you will get, topic wise complete content, daily handwritten content. Now, coming to this portion, whenever you enroll in this particular course, the whole, or although the syllabus will be completed within the 10 to 9 or maximum or 9 to 10 months, let's say, but after that also, at least for the next 1 year, you will be given every access of the class, notes, mentorship support, everything. So validity is 2 years, and 24 months would be your validity. Okay. Again, you might have spoken to the toppers of this state or toppers of this country with respect to civil services preparation. You might have seen this thing. NCRT is the foundation of the civil services. Now, if you see NCRTs, NCRTs ko dekhive, there are 40 plus books in NCRTs, and it's very difficult to cover it one by one. So what we are doing actually, we are or we have made a series of lecture of this NCRTs. So what we need to do, you just go through that lecture, and What are those broad points from different NCERT books? So you will get to know about it. That will enhance your foundation, your background, your fundamentals. Then it will help you to understand those reference books or those contents which will be taught to you in advanced level courses. Now, many students are there, those who are preparing along with your job. Many students are there, those who are preparing full time. So if you suppose you could not attend the class or the live class, let's say, so recorded classes would be there in your portal so that you can watch that later. And those recorded classes will be there for 2 years. You can watch it multiple times. There is no restriction in that. If you compare with this service with other platforms, I know many institutes, after 3 such recorded classes, you won't be able to see. If you have any doubt, if you want to watch to clear your doubt, you can't see it because restrictions would be imposed on that. So fourth point is, if you enroll in this particular course and in the first attempt itself, you will be able to clear the prelims, then your complete fee or the total fee that you have deposited will be refunded. This is something to make this course free of cost. Okay. Now, the point is how to join. Let me show you that as well, because if something or you have decided to join, then how to join it? Just go to the StudyIQ website or the application. Then you come to this part. You have this prelims and mains Aarambh foundation batch, right? And you come to this page. Just go through buy now. Once you click on the buy now, you will be given one page or interface जोटी आपन को number दबा को पड़िबो. Once you enter your number, you will get one OTP, right? After entering the OTP, this interface would come. Here you will see 2 offers available. Now you have to enter JN Life, the code of mine, and make apply. So discounted would be there, and then you can go for the buy now. Okay, and this is valid till 15th of this month. Only 2 days left. Now coming to our discussion. So let's start the first question itself. The first question says, consider the following statements about Parala Maharaja Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev. He was the first Chief Minister of Odisha after India's independence in 1947. Okay. Second statement, he played a central role in the formation of Odisha as a separate province based on linguistic identity. So question is, which of the above statement is correct? Whenever you solve a question, since prelims is approaching, we have started this. I will cover at least last 12 months current affairs. First, I will cover Odisha specific current affairs. Then simultaneously, I will cover those national, international, all those details of current affairs on monthly basis. So whenever you get a question, first of all, you read those statements and find it out what exactly have been asked in the question. It is correct or not correct. Sometimes they keep like this, not correct. So हमारा जनरली कौन अभ्यास है ये थे, हैबिट है ये थे कि करेक्ट को देखी कि सो नॉट करेक्ट भी देते, सो समथिंग स्किप हो जाए जहाँ फल we come into that negative marking. So be careful whenever you solve a question. So now these 2 statements have been given. Let's come to the question itself. We have to find out the correct statement. Okay. If you see the statement 1, Krishna Chandra Gajapati, the statement says he was the first Chief Minister of Odisha after India's independence in 1947. If you see, Krishna Chandra Gajapati was the first Prime Minister. He was the first Prime Minister. Actually, before independence, now we call it Chief Minister, the executive, or what we call the head of the state or head of the government, you can say. Head of the state, let's say governor, and government is the chief minister. So after independence, we call it chief minister, but before independence, if you see, the same post is known as the Prime Minister. The same post is known as the Prime Minister. Okay. So, as you know, 1936, Odisha became the first province on the basis of language. Odisha became the first province on the basis of language, and Maharaja Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev has contributed a lot with respect to formation of a separate province in 1936. So he was made the Prime Minister just after the formation of a separate province, that is just after 1936. The order was passed to form a separate province in the Government of India Act 1935 itself. So you remember that as well. Government of India 1935 itself. So it was formed a separate state in 1936. Okay. So this is the first statement and this is incorrect one. So before independence, he was the Prime Minister or equivalent to the Chief Minister. He played a central role in the formation of Odisha as a separate province based on the linguistic identity. As I have already mentioned, those eminent personalities who contributed to form Odisha a separate province on the basis of language by merging, if you see the central region, central province, northern part, earlier it was with the Bihar and Bengal, southern part it was with the Madras. So by merging all these Odia speaking tract, they formed the state known as the Odisha, and it was formed in 1936. Okay. Clear? So if you see the first question, the answer is B2 only. Moving to the next question. With reference to the contribution of Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev, consider the following statement. Consider the following statement. The first, he founded Krishna Chandra Gajapati College at Paralakhimundi. He opposed the formation of Utkala University, arguing for central universities only. Okay, two statements are there, and it's asking find out the correct statements. Now, coming to the second statement first, he opposed the formation of Utkala University by arguing the central university only. First thing first, only is being given here. So only is something very extreme kind of statement. So on that sense also we can make it wrong or mark it wrong. Wrong boli kahi pariba. But if you know a little bit of history about the Krishna Chandra Gajapati Deva, the Raja was giving patronage to the education, and he gave patronage to those universities during that time. If you see, he was the person who was behind this Utkal University. Okay, in the formation of the founding, you can say the founding member, or he was that kind of guiding force behind the establishment of these universities. Let me tell you another aspect. In Revensa University or Revensa University, which was established in Cuttack, he contributed during that time 20,000 rupees. So he never opposed this formation of universities or what we call the state universities. He was giving patronage to those establishment of educational institutions and universities. Correct? Now, coming to the first one, since he was promoting, encouraging, patterning, giving the patronage to the educational institutions for the promotion of education, so he founded Krishna Chandra Gajapati College at Paralakhimundi. So this statement is correct. Second statement is incorrect, and answer is what? Answer is A, 1 only. Okay. Next, consider the following statements regarding Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev's role in Odisha's development. Okay, Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev's role in Odisha's development. This is the third question. First, he supported land reforms and modern agricultural practices. He discouraged investment in communication infrastructure in favor of the cultural revival. Okay, so let's see. He supported land reforms. During that time, since land was concentrated with the jamindars, with the landlords, what we call, so as just after independence, we were following this socialism or socialist principle of economy or economic development. So we adopted the land reform policy. And in Odisha also, along with Gopabandhu Chaudhary, Rama Devi, Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev also supported this land reform and also supported this what modern agricultural practices, because the economy is agricultural economy, so he gave emphasis to modern agricultural practices. Second statement, he discouraged investment in the communication infrastructure. When we say communication infrastructure, it could be road transportation, it could be railway transportation. So he was promoting every kind of communication infrastructure, be it road, rail, jahan bhi ho, he was supporting. It's not that he was opposing the communication infrastructure. Okay, so in this aspect or in this particular question, we can say A is the right answer. A is the right answer. With reference to Krishna Chandra Gajapati Dev, consider the following statements. Okay. First, he financed delegation to London and Delhi to press for Odisha's separate identity. He was one of the founding members of the Indian National Congress. Duity statement achi. Let's see one by one. First, come to the second statement. It says he was the founding members of the Indian National Congress. If you see the timeline, Krishna Chandra Gajapati Deva or Raja, he was born in 1892. INC was formed in 1888. Okay, INC was formed, 1885. So INC was born in 1885, 1885, but Sikh abhi janma hale 1892. So we can't say he was the founding members of the Indian National Congress, although he was part of the Indian National Congress in the later phase. Okay. So second statement is a wrong one. Now coming to the first statement. As you know the history, Krishna Chandra Gajapati Raja was one among them who contributed, or he was the leader to establish or to form Odisha as a separate province. So during 1930s, when this roundtable conferences were organized in London, he went to London. And he participated in the roundtable conference, and he demanded, or he started demanding what? This separate province for Odia speaking tract. And he started distributing leaflet in the streets of the London so that those British would aware about it, or British would get to know ki what exactly the demand of these leaders, and Odisha would be a separate province. Why he himself took this decision to go to London and later part in Delhi to provide or to give a separate status to the Odisha province? Because in the INC, these Bengali leaders were dominated. When these Odia leaders started demanding the formation of a separate province with a different language or Odia language, so Bengali leaders simply ignored the demand. Why? Because the Indian National Congress was dominated by the Bengali leaders, and they were with the impression that Odia language is not a separate language, rather Odia language is the derived language of Bengali. Okay, so this first statement is absolutely correct, but second one is not correct. So answer is A1 only. Okay, next. Madhusudan Das, also known as the Utkala Gaurava, was the first Odia to achieve which of the following academic distinctions? Okay, academic distinctions. Utkala Gaurava, we call Madhusudan Das as Utkala Gaurava. So what he or the degree he had with him, that is BA, MA and LLB from Calcutta University. The railway track was laid between the Cuttack and Calcutta. So that is why these leaders were able to travel from Cuttack to Calcutta to study. And Calcutta University is one of the oldest university in this country. Consider the following statements. And let me tell you, Madhusudan Das was the first Odia to get this LLB degree from Calcutta University. Okay. BA, MA, LLB from Calcutta. Next. Consider the following statement regarding Madhusudan Das. He founded Utkala Sammilani to unify Odia speaking people. Odisha was declared as a separate province during his lifetime. So, question is about the Madhusudan Das. Let me tell you, you might be thinking on the name of current affairs, you are teaching history or you are simply discussing history. Idea is, I have already told you, the question is not about the topic itself. The question is all about the starting portion also, because these questions can be inspired from the current affairs. So that is the reason, since these people were in news in the month of April for different purposes. So we are discussing these personalities or history. Okay. So the first statement is he founded the Utkala Sammilani to unify Odia speaking people. That is absolutely correct. He founded Utkala Sammilani to unify Odia speaking people. That is in 1903. Madhusudan Das went to Bengal to study and they started involving in the national movement and particularly the Odia national movement. And being a part of this Indian National Congress, he realized this thing, since the Bengali leaders are dominated, Odia people's concern are not being heard. So he initiated a separate and such organization, that is Utkala Sammilani, at least to address Odia speaking people and to unify Odia speaking people. Odisha was declared a separate province during his lifetime. That means when he was alive, Odisha was already a separate province. This question is asking. But if you see, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no, because 1936 Odisha became a separate province, but he already died before that. Okay, so answer is what? Answer is A1 only. A1 only. Next, which of the following industries was established by Madhusudan Das to promote economic empowerment in Odisha? If you see, it was the time, or Madhusudan Das was quite active during the Swadeshi movement. He was quite active during the Swadeshi movement, and in Swadeshi movement, or as you know, Swadeshi movement was launched by opposing this what we call Bengal partition. So first anti-Bengal partition movement was launched, then this anti-partition movement converted into Swadeshi movement. In this Swadeshi movement, there was a boycott of foreign clothes, foreign professions. Advocates started boycotting courts. Student school chadiva start kale, college chadiva start kale, and advocates stopped the profession. Doctor stopped the practice. So any such people started resigning from their jobs. So boycott of Bidesi and adopting the Swadeshi was the Nara during that time. So what Madhusudan Das did, Madhusudan Das established industries or indigenous industries, what we call. The first one was Utkala Tannery, that was a leather industry, particularly shoe industry. And another one was Odisha Artware Works. Odisha Artware Works, that was a kind of handicraft industry to make the Swadeshi economy flourish, to provide livelihood opportunities of our own people. So this was the what we call the answer is B. Okay. Consider the following statements. Madhusudan Das served in Bengal Legislative Council. He is remembered annually in Odisha on his birthday, which is celebrated as Lawyer's Day. He was born in Bhubaneswar. So, three statements are there. Let's see. The first statement is he served in the Bengali Legislative Council. So, he went for his study, and after the study, he started his political career there, and he became member of Bengal Legislative Council. That is absolutely correct. First thing. Second thing, he is remembered annually in Odisha on his birthday because his birthday is celebrated as the Lawyer's Day. Okay, Lawyer's Day, because he was the first BA, MA, LLB, the kind of barrister degree he had. So it is celebrated as the Lawyer's Day. He was born in Bhubaneswar. So he was born in Cuttack, Satyabhamapur. Okay, so answer is A, 1 and 2 only. In which year the Utkal Sammilani founded by the Madhusudan Das? In which year the Utkal Sammilani was founded by the Madhusudan Das? It was 1903. It was 1903. Utkal Sammilani was founded by the Madhusudan Das for the political unity, or to make unity among the Odia speaking people. Okay, next. Similpal, now officially declared India's 107th national park and Odisha's second after Bhitarkanika, is spread across 845.7 square kilometer and stands as the largest national park in the state. There is a confusion among the students and Odia people as well. Let me tell you. Generally, in the government document, it has been mentioned there are 2 national parks in Odisha. But officially, if you see, there was only one, and it was the Bhitarkanika National Park. Similpal was not a national park officially, although Odisha government has requested to include the Similpal in a national park category from 1980. And there is a criteria to include a particular conservation, a conservative, a protection site into this national park. And that condition is national parks should be free from any kind of human intervention or human habitats. Since inside the Similpal National Park, there were few villages or panchayats, so government did not give the status of national park. Now, on the request of the state government has relocated, rehabilitated those villages, okay, and then only the central government has given the status of national park with this fulfilling these conditions. So 107th national park is known as the Similpal National Park, and Odisha's second after Bhitarkanika is spread across 845.70 square kilometer, stands as the largest national park in the state. Beyond its administrative designation, this landscape is known for its immense biodiversity, cultural richness, tribal heritage. The recent declaration not only enhances legal protection for the region's flora and fauna, but also aligns with a broader vision of sustainable conservation. It integrates earlier roles Similpal played a tiger reserve and elephant reserve while bringing national recognition to Odisha's ecological wealth. This is few lines about the Similpal National Park. What does the declaration of Similpal as the national park primarily aim to achieve according to the above passages? Which of the following is the correct one? If you see the answer. Promote tourism through tribal culture program, create commercial forest zones in Odisha, ensure integrated and elevated conservation status for an ecological significant region, merge Bhitarkanika Similpal under one forest administration. Answer is ensure integrated, elevated conservation status for an ecologically significant region. Now, more fund will be given for the protection of wildlife in this particular area. So, this is all about what? Enhancing legal protection, ecological wealth, Okay, ecological wealth. Similarly, you will see integration of previous roles. So all these will be combined, and the Similpal National Park has been designated as such. Okay, so answer is what? C. Next question. Consider the following statement regarding the recent declaration of Similpal as National Park. First, the proposal to declare Similpal as a national park was first made in 1980 and was fulfilled in 2025. प्रथम थर पर प्रपोजल दिया जाइथिला 1980 रे and it was fulfilled in 2025. The declaration acknowledges both ecological significance and the role of tribal communities in the conservation or the community participation, tribal communities participation in conservation. Although all those villages on panchayats have been relocated, they have been settled in a separate place, but since they were the original habitats of that region, they know these forest resources very detailed, so their help is required for the conservation and protection of the national park. Similpal has now been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site along with its national park status. Okay, now been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site along with its national park status. What would be the answer? You can drop in the comment section. First statement, let's see, examine. As I have already mentioned that the first time it was proposed, or the proposal was given in 1980. 1980 re proposal was given and it was fulfilled in 2025. Recently, this has been added in the national park as considered as the second in the state and 107th in the country and second in the state after Vitarkanika. The declaration acknowledges both ecological significance and the role of tribal communities. Similpal has now been recognized as the UNESCO World Heritage Site, with its national park status. Answer is what? It's not UNESCO World Heritage Site, rather it is UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. It's UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. Okay, UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. It's not a World Heritage Site. So answer would be what? A, 1 and 2 only. Correct? Next. Consider the following statements about mineral resources in Odisha. Mineral resources in Odisha. First, Odisha accounts for nearly all of India's chromite, that means 100% of India's chromite, and over 1/3 of its iron ore reserves. Mining significantly contributes to Odisha's gross state domestic product and export revenue. District Mineral Foundation funds are effectively utilized across tribal districts for education and healthcare. So let me tell you, the first statement says nearly all of India's chromite, if you see, it's the 98% of the total India's chromite availability or reserve. Number one. Number two, if you see, 1/3 of its iron ore reserves, so that is 35% of India's total reserve you would find in Odisha. Now coming to the second statement, mining significantly contributes to Odisha's gross state domestic product and export revenue. That is absolutely correct. So mining is contributing in terms of state's GDP as well as it will also help to more and more industrialization also. If you see few years back, this minerals or mining or these resources were exported to other countries, China and other South Asian countries. Now, Odisha has become a new destination for the industrialization so that those resources could be used for the industrial manufacturing. If you see the third one, District Mineral Foundation, which was set up in 2015, just remember this thing, man rakhibe, 2015 re itaku form kara jaitila. And what was the purpose of this formation of this District Mineral Foundation Fund? The purpose was this fund would be utilized for the welfare of those people, those are affected due to mining or people of those mining districts. For them, this fund will be used for their welfare purposes, drinking water, sanitation, health, education, livelihood opportunities, all those things. Effectively utilize. CAG, Controller and Auditor General audit report says that most of the a number of percentage of this fund is diverted to the other projects, and especially if you see the municipality authority, they have diverted this fund, okay, for other purposes, urban area purposes or municipality work, rather than spending for the welfare of those mining affected people. So in this way, the answer would be A, 1 and 2 only. Okay, next. With reference to forest and tribal issues in Odisha, consider the following statements. Let's see one by one. The first statement says, over 30% of Odisha's geographical area under forest cover, supporting rich biodiversity. If you see the National Forest Policy of 1988, it says 1/3 of the total area of a particular country or of a state must be under the green coverage. So if you see 1/3 of the total area has been this forest reserve or forest area supporting rich biodiversity. This is the first statement. Second, tribal communities often reside in resource poor regions away from the forest and mining zones. Obviously not. So tribal peoples are living inside the forest and close to this mining zones, although they have been displaced. Okay, although they have been displaced, and many a case we have seen they have not been enough compensation may mile nahi, and there is a delay in the compensation as well. So in a way, this statement is incorrect. If you come to the third statement, the Forest Right Act and the PISA empower Gram Sabhas in decision making on the natural resource use. That is absolutely correct. Why? If you see this Forest Rights Act or PISA Panchayat Extension Schedule area, in the scheduled area, as our panchayats institutions under the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, the government has not implemented the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act or the Panchayat Raj institutions in the tribal areas. Because of this, of the speciality of that region, speciality of the people as well. So the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act has been customized under what? Under PISA Act 1996, and then it was implemented in those tribal areas. Similarly, Forest Rights Act 2006 also have been implemented. Now, there is a Gram Sabha or the highest decision making body. This highest decision making body has been given there is a responsibility regarding the management of the minor forest resources. Minor, what is this minor forest resources? Minor forest resources are jhuna, lakho, mohu, esabu jinso. What is this major one? The timber, katho jota. The timber which comes under the control of the government itself, but this minor forest resources are controlled by this Gram Sabha or the tribal people. So they have given this responsibility. Apart from that, if those availability of those water bodies in that region, availability of minor minerals means, let's say sand is a minor minerals, okay, not major, minor minerals, water bodies, any such economic activities, the selling of liquor in that region, that will be completely controlled by the Gram Sabha. So in that way, this statement is also correct. Second one is incorrect. So 1 and 3 is the correct answer. So answer is B. Now moving to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding the coastal and marine resources in Odisha. Let's see coastal and marine resources. Odisha's coastline of 480 kilometers supports both traditional fishing communities and port-based industrial growth. Let me tell you, 480 has been amended. I think you know this. Additional almost close to 90 kilometer have been added. Now it is something around 570 kilometer. Okay. So just for the rectification, let me tell you. Right. So it supports both traditional fishing communities, absolutely correct, and port-based industrial growth. If you see the port-based industrial growth, Paradip is one such major port. We have Dhamra, we have Astarang port. Okay, so these are the ports which is helping Odisha to become industrialization or industry hub. Second statement, if you see, the Chilika Lake region has become a model of ecotourism and sustainable livelihood. Ecotourism and sustainable livelihood. Third, the Sagarmala project aims solely at tourism promotion along the Odisha coast. Let me tell you, the Sagarmala project is something which promotes tourism promotion along with the port-led industrialization or development of the ports, along with that development of industry. So that is port-led industrialization. So this is the Sagarmala project. So in that sense, third statement is incorrect. First and second, okay, first and second are correct. So third is incorrect. So answer is what? A, 1 and 2. Next, regarding sustainable development in Odisha, consider the following statements. First statement, Odisha has tapped into its solar and wind energy potential to reduce dependence on fossil fuel. Okay. Second, agroforestry and SSG-led forest produce value chains are being promoted to support tribal livelihoods. Third, Odisha's green industrial zones have replaced mining hubs in Koraput and Keonjhar. So let's see. Odisha has tapped into solar and wind energy potential to reduce dependence on fossil fuel. Fossil fuel, that means koila, what we call, or petrol, what we call. So obviously, we are more of promoting renewables rather than depending on the fossil fuel. So it's not only a trend in Odisha, rather India as well. So this statement is correct. Agroforestry and SSG-led forest produce value chains are being promoted to support tribal livelihood. I think you know this, that in Odisha as well, in the minor forest produce in the sense Jhuna Lako, what we just discussed, government is giving MSP, minimum support price, on those products. So that is the reason agroforestry and SSG, self-help group led forest produce value chains, are being promoted to support tribal livelihood, so that by the selling those products they can get an income support. Third, Odisha's green industrial zones have replaced mining hubs in Koraput and Keonjhar district. Koraput and Keonjhar district. If you see, Koraput and Keonjhar mining is still going on, and green industrial zones or green zones have been established nearby the mining areas, but it's not that it has replaced the mining hubs in Koraput and Keonjhar. That is not the case. In that sense, this statement is incorrect, and 1 and 2, because mining has not been stopped. Okay, this you have to keep in your mind. Although green zones have been developed, that is a separate issue, a separate news, but that means it replaced? No, that is not the case. Consider the following statement in the context of Odisha's governance and policy measures. So let's see, governance and policy measures. Odisha uses GIS and satellite monitoring to combat illegal mining and track land use. Let me tell you, illegal mining is a problem and tracking the land use is a problem. So what government has done? Government is using technology, that is geographical information system and satellite monitoring by illegal or combating illegal mining and track land use. I think you must have seen one scheme, Swamitwa scheme. Swamitwa scheme. What is the objective of the Swamitwa scheme? The objective of the Swamitwa scheme was the mapping of the land areas and providing those and mapping of those tribal, mapping of those land areas, okay, Swamitva scheme, right? Public-private partnership are encouraged for ecotourism and reforestation projects. Public-private partnership are encouraged for the ecotourism. Obviously, ecotourism we are targeting, and reforestation project or afforestation projects. So we are simply involving the private along with the public. Third, the Saha Commission 2013 praised Odisha's mining governance for its transparency and efficiency. I think you know this. Saha Commission was sent to India only to unveil the corruption or the mining allegation which was there, and it was sent in 2013, but that report is not in public domain. That is something unfortunate. Okay, so he was sent to Odisha with respect to illegal mining. So in that respect, we can simply say the statement is incorrect, and 1 and 2 statements both are correct. Coming to this next question. Consider the following statement about the celebration of Utkal Divas and Odia Pakhya in Odisha. Utkal Divas, observed on the 1st of April, commemorates the formation of Odisha as a separate province in 1936 and celebrates Odia linguistic and cultural unity. I think there is no issue with this statement. This is absolutely correct, as we have already discussed that 36 was the year when Odisha was given the status of separate province on the basis of language. The 2-week observance of Odia Pakhya aims to promote Odia language and tradition through statewide events, including literary festivals and awareness drive. This year, for the first time, let me tell you, Odisha government has started celebrating 2 weeks Odia Pakhya. In that Odia Pakhya, different cultural aspects were highlighted. To revive the Odia culture, this Pakhya was celebrated. To revive the language, this Pakhya was celebrated. To revive those cultural way of life, the social way of life have been highlighted. The celebration of Utkal Divas excludes any reference to political leaders and focuses solely on Odisha's natural heritage and tourism. Obviously, that is not the case. We also honor political leaders, those who have contributed in the formation of separate province, be it Madhusudan Das, Gopabantu Das, or this Maharaja Krishna Chandra Gajapati. We always provide or give respect to these eminent leaders. So answer is A again. Third statement is incorrect. Consider the following statement regarding implementation and impact of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in Odisha. The number of farmer applications under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in Odisha rose by 75% in 23-24 compared to the previous year, driven largely by the state government's decision to cover farmers' premium contribution. Let me tell you, this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was launched in 2015-16 by the central government, was one of the flagship program to promote micro irrigation facilities, and the theme was per drop more crop. Okay, theme was per drop more crop. So the number of farmers application under this program has increased or over 75%. If you see the exact number of 23-24, that is 76%, okay, compared to the previous year. Second, it covers only loanee farmers and excludes sharecroppers and tenant farmers from availing insurance. Only loanee farmers, यानी कि farmers who has taken the loan, and excludes the sharecropper. गोटे चाषी जे अन्य भाग चाषी जोटा आमे कहूचे, and the other one is farmers availing insurance benefits, and tenant farmers from, that means it's excluding the tenant farmer. That means the farmer who is cultivating someone else's land. So that is not the case. It also includes sharecroppers as well as the tenant farmers. So this statement is incorrect. The scheme provides financial protection not only against natural disaster and pest attacks, but also compensates for post-harvest losses and prevent sowing. Okay, so if you see, this particular scheme covers natural disaster, pest attack, and also compensate post-harvest losses and prevented sowing. That means suppose untimely rainfall happened, any such pest attack was happened, untimely what you call जोटा आम कुआपथर वर्षा कहे, if that damage the crop, then also it will be covered. Okay, so answer is first and third. Second statement is incorrect. Consider the following statement regarding Odisha's newly launched Sishu Batika initiative. Newly launched, this is under the scheme program, Sishu Batika initiative. The Sishu Batika program aims to strengthen early childhood education, and it's aligned with the goals of the new education policy, which was launched in 2020. Okay, this is the first statement, and this is correct as well. Is aligned with the goals of new education policy, strengthen early childhood education. The initiative was launched with the Pravesh Utsav and Khadi Chua events to welcome children on their first day of school with engaging activities. Okay, Pravesh Utsav and Khadi Chua. This was the first. This was the first day of their school. It was celebrated. The program primarily, and it was part of that Pokhyo celebration, Odia Pokhyo celebration. The program primarily targets high school students with vocational training in modern agricultural practices. So third statement is incorrect. As you know, this early childhood care, so high school was not the case. That was the pre-primary school, what you can say, or those students are coming, or those children are coming for the first time to that school level. So it is basically a play school type concept. Okay, so third statement is incorrect. Answer is what? A, 1 and 2 only. Next. Consider the following statement about the Paridhan Divasa celebrated in Odisha. Paridhan Divasa. Paridhan Divasa is part of Odia Pakhya celebration and promotes wearing traditional handloom attire to foster cultural pride. Again, this Paridhana Divasa was part of this Odia Pakhya celebration, and every individual was asked to wear those traditional attire, traditional wear. Okay, promotes wearing traditional handloom attire. So the statement is correct. The initiative is led by Odisha's Handloom, Textile and Handicrafts Department on the theme of Amo Posako, Amo Parichaya. So government has initiated this and asked every individual to wear this traditional attire. So this has been conducted by this Handloom, Textile, Handicraft Department. The event is primarily focused on promoting agricultural tools and technologies in tribal regions of Odisha. Obviously, it is not about the agricultural tools and technologies, rather it is about the posako, or the wearing, or the traditional attire, the cultural attire. Okay. So answer is A again. This could be important for our prelims exam with reference to the Fiscal Health Index 2025. Consider the following statement. Odisha topped the Fiscal Health Index 2025 due to strong debt sustainability and high non-tax revenue, particularly from the mining premiums. Okay. So if you see debt tax, or debt, not debt tax, debt sustainability, that means there is not so much of debt by the government. So debt sustainability was there, and the important aspect is government is earning a lot of revenue from the non-tax sources, non-tax revenue sources, and that is from the mining. If you see the revenue part, one is the tax, another one is the non-tax. Tax is something, let's say, income tax, that is the direct tax and indirect tax, and in the non-tax means, for example, selling of spectrum, for example, they'll sell of mining royalties. So these are part of the non-tax revenue. Okay, so Odisha is getting a significant amount of revenue from the non-tax sources. So this statement is also correct, and the non-tax revenue is the mining. Second statement. The index evaluated states based on indicators like tax buoyancy, debt to GSDP ratio, and fiscal deficit management. Again, this tax sustainability or what we call tax buoyancy or the strong tax system or the amount of revenue we are collecting in terms of tax. Okay, so this is one part. Second is the debt to GSDP or gross state domestic production. So how many or how much amount of debt that a state has taken from different sources, and fiscal deficit. Okay, fiscal deficit means the amount of revenue you are generating and the money you are spending, except those loan or debt to what we see. So these are the parameters through which we calculate what we call the fiscal health index. Okay, so again this statement is correct one. The FHI, the fiscal health index, was released by the RBI to guide credit ratings of state government. It was released by the RBI, it says, but actually if you see, it is not the RBI, rather it was released by the Niti Aayog. Just remember Niti Aayog. Okay, so answer is what? 1 and 2. Okay, so answer is A, 1 and 2. The next question discuss करेगा. Next question देखिवा कोण. Next question होची, with reference to the recent CAG report on Odisha's mining sector 2015-2022, consider the following statements. The report revealed that Odisha lost 864.46 crore in revenue due to illegal mining activities. A total of 520 mineral sources were identified, but over 70% of them remained inactive during the review period. The CAG commended the state for fully recovering 3966 crore in pending mining dues through proactive legal measures. Okay, so these are the three statements. So let's see one by one. If you see the first statement, it says the report revealed that, or this CAG report revealed that the loss due to illegal mining, it was 864.46 crore. The statement is absolutely correct, and a total of 520 mineral sources were identified and 70% of them remained inactive. So that is 373 in terms of absolute number. It was 373. Okay, during the review period. The CAG recommended the state for fully recovering, recommended the fully recovering of 3966 crore in pending mining dues through proactive legal measures. So what would be the answer? Answer would be 1 and 2. That is A is the correct answer. Okay, 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. A is the correct answer. Let's see the next one. With reference to the Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi's official visit to Delhi in April 2025, consider the following statements. Okay. First, the primary goal of a visit is to attract new industrial investment and accelerate Odisha's economic growth. A major agreement is expected with Indian Oil Corporation Limited to set up a naphtha cracker project in Bhubaneswar. The CM is scheduled to attend the Delhi Investor Summit and hold discussion with the union ministers and business leaders. Which of the above statements are correct? If you see the first one, the Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi had an official visit to Delhi. This is the primary goal is to attract new industrial investment and accelerate Odisha's economic growth. That is absolutely correct. New industrial investment and accelerate Odisha's economic growth. That is absolutely correct. The second one is the major agreement is expected with Indian Oil Corporation Limited to set up naphtha cracker project in Bhubaneswar. What is this naphtha cracker project? Naphtha cracker project was approved, but that is in Paradev, not in Bhubaneswar. That is in Paradev, not in Bhubaneswar. So this statement is incorrect. Coming to the third one, is scheduled to attend the Delhi Investor Summit and meet Union Minister and Industries. That is again absolutely correct. So answer would be 1 and 3. B is the correct answer. Okay. Next, with reference to the Amrit Bharat Station scheme being implemented in northern Odisha, consider the following statement. Amrit Bharat Station scheme. Okay. So first, the scheme aims to modernize key railway stations in Odisha by providing world-class facilities and sustainable infrastructure. By providing world-class facilities and sustainable infrastructure, so Odisha is upgrading its railway stations. The redevelopment includes improved accessibility features like lift, escalator, enhanced waiting areas, and digital displays. Okay, so these are the modern facilities which are available. So you will find railways like the airport. Okay, so this is what the government is doing. Third, only 2 stations, Baripada and Rairangpur, have been selected for redevelopment under this scheme in northern Odisha. So what would be the statement? The statement is incorrect because there are 7 such stations have been identified. 7 such stations have been identified under which this modern art of facilities would be provided. Okay. Keonjhargarh, Badbil, Jaruli, Baripada, Rairangpur, all these 7 around stations are there. Next, with reference to the revival plan of the Godavari River in Odisha, consider the following statements. Godavari River. First, the proposed revival project aims to clean, widen and raise the Godavari River to improve flood control and navigation. The Godavari River flows entirely through the Kendrapada district before the meeting of Bay of Bengal. The revival project, estimated as 701 crore, is being undertaken by the Water Resources Department's Kendrapada division. Okay. So the first statement, if you see, that government is committed for the revival of the project by cleaning, widening, raise the Godavari River. So first statement is absolutely correct one. But if you see the second statement, entirely through the Kendrapada, it's not entirely through the Kendrapada. Sorry, it's not Godavari. Extremely sorry. It's Gobari River. Okay. Gobari River. So entirely not in the Kendrapada. This has originated in the Mahanga block, what we call. Okay. Mahanga block, or Mahanga, I think, comes under the Cuttack district. So that is the reason. Second statement is incorrect. Or I think Mahanga comes in Jagatsinghpur, I guess. This is undivided Cuttack. So that is the reason it is not flowing entirely in the Kendrapada district. So this, for this region, this is incorrect, and 1 and 3 statements are correct. 1 and 3 statements are correct. So B is the correct one. So the government has proposed 701 crore. You can see this. Okay. Next, Ayushman Bharat rollout. The scheme provides free treatment up to 5 lakh per annum per family, with an additional 5 lakh exclusively for the women members. Ayushman Bandhana Yojana under the scheme offers 5 lakh health coverage to senior citizen aged 70 and above. The scheme is limited to government hospitals within Odisha. So under the Ayushman Bharat, per household, per family, 5 lakhs have been allocated. Number 1. Number 2, in case of women members, extra or additional 5 lakhs have been allocated. So it provides free treatment up to 5 lakh per annum per family, with an additional 5 lakh exclusively for the women members. Ayushman Bandhana Yojana under the scheme, 5 lakh health coverage to senior citizens above 70 and regardless of socio-economic status. The scheme is limited to the government hospitals within Odisha. This is not only the government hospitals, private hospitals throughout the country, empaneled hospitals particularly, what we call empaneled. Okay. So answer is what? A, 1 and 2 only. Next. Which of the following is true about the Shakti Pitha corridor plan to boost spiritual tourism in Odisha? Shakti Pitha. The corridor will connect 8 prominent Shakti Pithas starting from Biraja temple in Jajpur and then covering Kakadpur, Banapur, Khurda, Ganjam and Chilika. So what we are doing? We are developing those major Shakti Pithas. Biraja temple, Jajpur, Kakadpur, Mangala, Banapur, Khurda, Ganjam, Chilika. Okay. 60 crore has been allocated to develop tourist amenities at Ganjam Shakti Pithas and Taptapani Springs. It aims to promote only Sri Jagannath Temple in Puri, limiting the tourism focus one religious destination. So it's not only about the Jagannath Puri, it's rather focusing on the multi-religious places, multi-tourist places, so that it would bring more tourists, number one. It will enhance the socio-economic profile of those local people by providing livelihood opportunities. Okay, so in a way, both 1 and 2 statements are correct. A is the correct statement, right? Next. Where is the Zira river located? Zira river, if you see, so Zira river, it is in the Bargarh district. Okay, Bargarh district, Zira river. Consider the following statement regarding the mascot Asa unveiled for the 73rd edition of All India Police Hockey Championship 2025. The mascot Asa is inspired by an injured elephant calf rescued by the Forest Department and represent resilience, compassion, Odisha's commitment to wildlife conservation. In our daily current affairs classes also, we have already covered it. Mascot Asa represents what? It represents an injured elephant calf rescued by the Forest Department. The 73rd edition of the All India Police Hockey Championship 2025 will take place in the Kalinga Stadium from 1st April to 15. That means already been conducted. So 1st April to 15 April it's saying. Okay. So if you see the first statement, that is absolutely correct. But if this is not 1st April, it was started in 7th April. Rest is correct. It was organized in Kalinga Stadium. This is the first time that Odisha Police will be hosting the All India Police Hockey Championship. So this is not the first time. This was the second time. Okay. Second time. So first and second statements are correct. 1 and 2. First and second statements are correct. Next. Consider the following statement regarding the Chaitra Parva festival celebrated in the Koraput district. Chaitra Parva. The Chaitra Parva, referred to as the Nuakhai of tribal communities, is a 10-day long festival celebrated by tribes such as Paraja, Kondh, Bhatra and others, making a significant cultural event in the Koraput district. Okay. In the Koraput district. Second statement. During the festival, the tribal communities halt all agricultural activities and engage in cultural events and community fest. So what is the meaning of this Chaitra Parva in the Koraput district? So in Chaitra Parva, which is also known as the Nuakhai of tribal communities, 10-day long festival is celebrated among the tribes like Paraja, Kondho, Bhatra and others. So specially it is celebrated in the Koraput district. Okay, Koraput district, and it's a 10 days festival. So absolutely correct one. Second is the tribal communities halt all agricultural activities and they engage themselves in the community feast and cultural events. So this is also correct. Answer is both 1 and 2. Okay. Next. Odisha Chief Minister Mohan Majhi felicitated Sudarshan Patnaik for winning the Fred Darrington Sand Master Award at the Sand World 2025 International Sand Art Festival. Sudarshan Patnaik, recipient of the Padma Shri, is the first Indian to win prestigious Fred Darrington Sand Master Award. The Sand World 2025 festival, where Patnaik received the award, is held annually in Puri, Odisha. The Sand World 2025 festival is known for sand sculptures made using only sand and water, and it takes place in Weymouth, Dorset, United Kingdom. Okay. So, if you see, the first statement is Mohan Charan Maji felicitated Sudarshan Patnaik for winning the Fred Darrington Sand Master Award at the Sand World 2025 International Sand Art Festival. Number first statement, so this is correct one. So he is the recipient of Padma Shri Sudarshan Patnaik and the first Indian to win the prestigious Fred Darrington Sand Master Award. Okay, he is the first Indian. This festival where Patnaik received the award is held annually in Puri, Odisha. It is not held in Puri or annually in Puri. It is held in the United Kingdom. Okay, UK, Britain organize kara jai. And fourth one is again correct. He is known for sand sculpture made using only sand and water. It takes place in Weymouth, Dorset, United Kingdom. So third and fourth statements are contradicting each other. ଯଦି ସ୍ଲାଇଟଲି ଟିକେ ଆଇଡ଼ିଆ ଥିବ ତ ଆରାମସେ ଏଇଟାକୁ ରଙ୍ଗ ବୋଲି ଆପଣ କହିପାରିବେ ଥର୍ଡ ସୋ ଆନ୍ସର ଇଜ 1 to 4 only, right? Okay, so that's it with respect to April month. So परिपूर्ण बैच इज देयर जो माने चाहूचंदी फाउंडेशन कोर्स रे एनरोल करिबा पई परिपूर्ण बैच इज देयर प्रिलिम्स एंड मेंस रो ओके एवं वर्तमान नॉलेज फेस्टिवल चली टिल 15th of this month. यदि आपण चाहूचंदी एनरोल करिबा पई आपण एनरोल करि परिबे. Similarly अभ्यास बैच भी हमर अछि. अभ्यास बैच होची टेस्ट सीरीज बैच. Although if you join this paripurna you will get the free this abhyas batch. Otherwise abhyas batch start hochi 25 ru and this paripurna batch is starting from the 15th of May. So maximum discount मिलिबो जदि जे इन live code use करिवे. Okay, daily classes लहिबो, live classes, material, all those things will be given to you. Next, similarly we have Aarambh batch as well. Foundation batch 1, Aarambh batch. Okay, and in this Aarambh batch you will get those live classes, mentorship support, material, etc. Okay, so let me tell you, 1100 hours of live lecture, one-to-one group mentorship, module wise test, complete prelims test series, daily mains question with answer writing, daily current affairs PPT, weekly current affairs PDF, monthly state wise current affairs, monthly current affairs magazine, monthly current affairs MCQ, daily class PPT, and topic wise complete content, daily handed in content. परिपूर्ण रे भी मिलिबो आपनको, आरंभ रे भी मिलिबो, but the only difference is आरंभ होची आपनकर कोन, आरंभ होची हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश, परिपूर्ण होची इंग्लिश एंड ओडिया. ओके, ये भी सेम 2 years वैलिडिटी सहित मिलिबो एंड देन एनसीईआरटी रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस मिलिबो, फुल रिकॉर्डेड कोर्सेस मिलिबो, 100% फी रिफंड मिलिबो. दैट मीन्स व्हाट, यदि आपण फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट रे ही प्रीलिम्स क्लियर करूचंदी, द फी विल बी रिफंडेड. Okay, similarly we have sociology optional, we have geography, we have home science. Then let me tell you how to join this. Simply आपण StudyIQ website को visit करिवे. StudyIQ website को visit करिवे. एटी visit कला पारे you just come down. Okay, एटी आपनकर अछि स्टेट पीएससी एक्सप्लोर कोर्सेस आसला पारे एठी पळे आसंत आपण ओडिसा यूची आरंभ बैच. ओके, तनु जेएन लाइव कोड को मन रखिबे, बाय नाउ करिवे, एठी नंबर मागिबो, नंबर एंट्री करिवे, कंटिन्यू करिवे, ओटीपी आसीबो, ओटीपी एंट्री करिवे. लेट मी एंटर द ओटीपी एज वेल. OTP entry kale and then buy now, two offers available, JN live, and then you just apply it and discount apanku mili. So this is the process to join this course, but question is whether you want to join it or not. Okay, that you need to decide first. So you can join my Telegram channel to get this PDF and all those updates related to exam. You can follow me in the Instagram and Facebook so that whenever you have any query or any doubt, you can simply ask me and discuss with me. Okay, thank you very much. See you soon in another video. Thank you.